What up guys, this is Fierce and we're going right into the reviews. Rogue One Star Wars story is a Star Wars story that fills in the gap between Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars The New Hope, kind of. You have Jyn Erso who gets picked up by the rebellion where they're like, we need your help with something. Long story short, at that point they find out there's a super death weapon that's supposed to eradicate planets where now they gotta get the plans to stop it. There's a lot to love about this movie where you have Jyn Erso's character being played so very well. She's easily a great addition to the entire Star Wars cast. Also, the standouts of the Rogue One cast, K2 the droid was awesome, and man was he hysterical. The audience was roaring at everything he said with his sarcastic demeanor, and Donnie Yen's character, Chirrut, laid some debt to the Force, and the Jedi, who can and cannot use the Force in some way, shape or form, was great. I love it when characters add complexity to already existing lore, which you have to take into the fact that this movie is jumping into already existing complex lore. At that point, you have the Rebellion, for example. They're not completely righteous. It's not like your New Empire where you have bad guys, Rebellion good guys. What I mean is that there are some parts where Rebellion guys just kind of have to seek or even blur the lines and choices between what's right and wrong, because it is a twisted world with a twisted empire and you're in a twisted civil war, which I found was really cool, and just making the Rebellion not so taintless. I also like Krennic. He was great. I mean, if you're signing on to this movie for Darth Vader because you saw Darth Vader in the trailer, don't. Vader is barely in this movie, and I would even say if Vader was not in this movie at all, the movie would not be so different. Didn't do much. That's not a negative to the movie. I'm just saying if you saw Vader in the trailer, I want you to keep your expectations in check. But Krennic was great. He's a solid antagonist coming in. The film does have a few flaws. It's not always smooth and a bit choppy at times. We get introduced to a ton of characters that we don't really have the backstories for. We have the Forrest Whitaker who plays Saw Gerrera. I feel like they had Saw Gerrera in this movie for no other reason other than the fact that they wanted a character from the Clone Wars animation now still alive to show you how it all ties together. Really, the flaws in this movie are in the first hour to build up. The rest of the movie is actually really good, if not outstanding. It's entertaining, it's action-packed, has great sky/space battles. The skirmishes in Rogue One are some of the best in Star Wars yet. It's super intense. At a point they were all like, right, we're doing this to get this. Trying to keep it kind of vague for people who might not know what I'm talking about. What the film does is it does move Star Wars into another kind of box. Every Star Wars movie you look or watch, it feels like a Star Wars movie. But this one does still feel like a Star Wars movie. But, you know, since it is in the Star Wars universe, it gets a little more down to earth, more rough, a bit more gritty, and more for adults. Example, you see Stormtroopers' armors in The Force Awakens. They always look very clean, squeaky. You got the whites with the whites. Now, Rogue One, you see the Stormtroopers' armor is like broken down, been through hell, and just guys lounging around. When Empire Strikes Back came out, you think about the layers in Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back exponentially gets better as it goes on. This is exactly what you get from this movie from Rogue One. It has some problems with character and pacing in the first act, but for sure. But in the end, it all comes together neatly. And I mean, really comes together. When you're out of that movie, I just wanted to pop it in a new theater and just watch it again. Now, if you'd let me know if you've already watched it, what you think about it, are you looking forward to seeing it, and comment below whatever you want. As always, like and subscribe, and stay fierce.